Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about the Rugrats. So, I was hanging out watching some Netflix and stumbled across Rugrats. Yeah, so watched the movie, watched a couple episodes. And then my boyfriend informed me of that there was a darker meaning behind the Rugrats. I'll post a link in the description box. It goes like this. So everybody knows who Angelica is. She is the older girl or whatever with blonde hair. Anyways, so how it's supposed to go in real life is Angelica was schizophrenic, bipolar, I believe, is what it was. And into a bunch of drugs or whatever, and her parent or her mother was like that or whatever, and so then she carried around the Cynthia doll, and Cynthia was supposed to represent her real mother, who had, and like Cynthia was like disheveled and had crazy hair and dirty clothes and whatever. And I believe everybody, like all of the babies were dead except for Dill. Tommy, I believe, was a stillborn. Phil and Lil were an abortion. The mom had an abortion or whatever, and then Angelica didn't know if it was a girl or a boy, so she made Chucky twins. And his mom died in a car crash, and that's why Chucky's dad is a nervous wreck all the time. And then his dad married a hooker who had Kimmy or whatever from before. And then Dill Pickles, Tommy's brother, he was the only one or whatever who was still alive in her world. And that's why he didn't abide by her rules, I guess. And so then, like, this was in her made-up world kind of thing. And, yeah, it's just kind of weird. The full story, yeah, will be posted. Yeah, it was kind of sad because I was all excited about the Rugrats. Because I used to watch them all the time when I was little, and then all of a sudden my boyfriend, oh yeah, by the way, Angelica was a drug addict. Just so you should know. Anyways, however, I did notice one thing, is that females wearing mustaches, I'm pretty sure Angelica was the first one who did it in, I think it's the Rugrats movie. I don't know if she did it prior to that. I didn't get very far in the Rugrats episodes. But she's becomes a detective and has the cool, like, mustache thing. So she was the original hipster of females wearing mustaches. On another note about facial hair, I wish women could grow beards. I know it sounds weird, but I wish women could grow beards because our faces get cold too, and it's not fair that guys get to wear or grow beards and their faces are never cold, and they could just like grow super long beards and then like put them up and then just cover their entire face. And then, if they have any like zits or stuff, they could just covers it up. Where for girls, it's like, yeah, you have one hair on your face, and apart from your like eyebrows and eyelashes, even if your eyebrows have too much hair, you're like immediately kind of jealous because guys can grow epic mustaches and beards. And yes, girls can do it too. Actually, some girls can do it a lot better than guys. I don't understand why guys get to be all hairy and girls are stuck with having to be hairless. That's been going on. I went for surgery 2 weeks ago. I got 3 cuts. Surgeon cut me open in my belly button. He like split. I have the top of my belly button pierced, and then he cut the bottom, and it was really awkward. I couldn't stick my finger in my belly button for a week. And then I've got another cut like on the opposite side of where they should have put it. To me, it doesn't make sense, but to them, I got my appendix removed. And an exploratory laparoscopy, or laparoscopy. Basically, they filled me up like a balloon with CO2 and stuck a camera in there to look around. I was not very happy when I woke up. I didn't even, usually I'm so excited when my boyfriend will sing Soft Kitty to me. And I woke up from surgery and he was going to sing it to me, and I told him to shut up. I felt very bad about that because usually it's like, yes, he's singing to me. But I was in so much pain, and nobody was giving me morphine, and I had no idea what was going on. I'm at anesthesiologists. They lie to you. Those buggers. they put the mask on my face, and of course I had surgery when I was like 4 or whatever, and they pulled the same shenanigan on me. They're like, oh yeah, the anesthesia or whatever is in the little baggie here or whatever that they attach to my IV, and then they put the mask. Yeah, we're just gonna test the oxygen on you. Bull freaking poop! I'm sitting there and I was like looking up at him. I was like, don't lie to me. Of course, by this time I was already pretty. They had started pumping me full of painkillers and whatnot, so I was already pretty loopy. Surgery sucks. If you ever have to get it, or if you've had it, I feel your pain, and I hope you don't ever have to have it again. Because waking up is probably the worst part, especially because you usually don't know what's going on, or it takes a couple seconds for it to get back, and it's just like you wake up and go back to sleep, and then you wake up again, and then they're telling you, no, you have to stay awake, and you have to walk around, and you have to go pee. I don't react well to painkillers or any kind of medication. Buckley's makes me funny. That just to give you an example of, how much of a lightweight I am. Buckley's, I take, the recommended dosage for 12-year-olds, and I usually have to stay home or I have to get somebody to drive me because I'm a fucking idiot. And then, for drinking wise, I can have about maybe 2 or 3 shots or whatever before, I start getting tipsy. There was one bad example of how much of a lightweight I was. I hadn't eaten all day, so, it kind of explains why it affected me so much. My friend and I went out to another friend's farm, whatever, for a farm party. And then it ended up just being the 3 of us, and then we went and joined another party. But we had gotten Mike's Hard Lemonade because we didn't want to get smashed that night. We just, wanted to have fun. And I had 2, I was bottles. Done. I remember sitting in the back seat of my friend's truck talking about my beautiful cheeseburger that I got from McDonald's. I got a Happy Meal because I was making everybody happy, apparently, and not sexually, just being stupid. Maybe I'll have a video later of, more drunk stories, because some of them are kind of entertaining. Like the time my one best friend, she's legally blind, and she can probably kick, I could see her kicking Vin Diesel's ass, and she's blind, and I love her to death. It was her 16th birthday, and she was completely done for, and she was doing perfect cartwheels. Her cartwheels are better than any of the ones I can do when I'm completely sober. It's kind of lame because, really? There's no way that this blind, wasted out of her face chick should have that much balance. I am beyond jealous of her. Anyways, okay. Enough stories for now because this video is going to be kind of long. So I'll make another one later and see you later.